Late 20th century, Andrei Chikatilo. Also known as the Butcher of Rostov, he was born in rural Ukraine during a terrible famine. His family lived in a one-room hut, survived on almost no food, and endured bombings and occupation during World War II. His father was conscripted into the army and later captured, and he was bullied for bedwetting and being very nearsighted. As a teenager, he struggled with severe sexual problems and anxiety around people, while during his adulthood, he switched many jobs, from being in a Soviet Army communications unit to a teacher. He finally settled down near Rostov when he married his wife, with whom he had 2 children. However, just about 15 years later, he committed his first murder, a 9-year-old girl. Although evidence pointed to him, police arrested another man, Alexander Kravchenko, who was convicted after a forced confession and unfortunately wrongly executed. Chikatilo, still free, began killing again. He developed a pattern. He approached vulnerable victims like kids or homeless people, gained their trust with offers of food, money, or help in general, and then led them to hidden places. A strange detail that helped investigators link cases was that several victims had damage to their eyes. Then, he murdered a mother and daughter he knew, and this time, police gathered useful witness descriptions and biological samples. That same year, he was finally detained at a bus station with a knife, rope, and Vaseline, but he was released because his blood type was listed as type A, while a sample found at crime scenes was typed as AB, so investigators thought it couldn't be him. He was just jailed for 3 months for theft, expelled from the Communist Party, and released. Luckily, though, the case moved forward thanks to psychiatrist Alexander Bukanovsky, who wrote a 65-page profile describing the killer as a middle-aged, educated, married man with a traumatic childhood, sexual problems, who traveled for work, and killed on a schedule. The profile fit Chikatilo almost perfectly. Killings slowed for a while, but from 1988 to 1990 he resumed, murdering several people in quick succession. Media coverage grew intense, and the police set a trap along the rail lines where he often hunted. They flooded big stations with uniformed officers to force him toward specific stops to avoid the police, where undercover agents then questioned any man seen with a lone woman or child and recorded his name. Chikatilo struck once again and killed a 22-year-old woman near Don Leskaw's station, but an undercover officer noticed a well-dressed man leaving the woods with mud on his sleeves and a finger injury. He checked his papers and recorded his name. Then, a week later, when the woman's body was found, investigators read his name and put him under surveillance. He was seen trying to approach women and children, so on November 20th, he was arrested. He carried a knife and rope, and his finger wound matched a recent fight. At first, Chikatilo denied the murders, but on November 29th, Dr. Bukanovsky, the same psychiatrist who profiled him earlier, joined the questioning. He broke through Chikatilo's defenses, and within hours he confessed. He gave detailed accounts of 36 murders already known to police, then confessed to 20 more. In 1991, a 60-day psychiatric evaluation concluded that he had a borderline personality disorder with sadistic traits, but that he was mentally fit to stand trial. His trial became a huge media event. Since victims' families were enraged, Chikatilo had to sit inside a metal cage, and his behavior in court was weird.